Hey everyone, welcome back. And today, in our first news segment, we're going to be looking at the new offerings from Line 6, the Helix Stadium and Stadium XL. The Algora amp modeling replaces the older HX engine, offering a more realistic tone and dynamic playing response. So whenever you're playing a more overdriven sound through your Helix Stadium and you roll back that volume knob, I think it's going to clean up a lot more like a tube amp would and give you more of that realistic amp type feeling. And I think that's going to be a big win for them, because that is a complaint that I did hear, is that whenever you roll down the volume knob, it just did not have that same feel that a tube amp does, the way it cleans up. Line 6 says they have expanded the controller and user experience, a massive 8-inch high-res touchscreen. I believe this is what most people want in their modelers or capture units these days, is the ease of use. To be able to go inside, dive into a menu by touching on it and flipping through, grabbing what you need. I want to grab a overdrive pedal. I want to drag and drop it over here, and being able to set up scenes and presets very quickly. And that way you have more time to be creative. They now have a focus view that gives a contextual parameter control, speeding up adjustments and workflows. And that's what we were just talking about. Being able to jump in, grab those parameters, adjust them quickly, and get back to creating music. I mean, that's why you bought the unit to begin with, is to create music, not menu dive all day. So they are also stating they have enhanced connectivity and workflow. Both models support a Wi-Fi and Bluetooth with an upcoming remote app control. So that is not released yet, but that is coming. It also acts like an 8-channel audio interface, which I think that's nice whenever you have it at home and you want to use it for your audio interface. It will connect into your computer via USB, and they integrate easily with DAWs. So for Helix compatibility and user migration, they offer full support for legacy presets, which that's very nice. Builds on your Helix library with zero conversion hassle. So you'll be able to take your old presets from your other Helix and drop them into your new Stadium. Even with the flagship, the original Helix will continue to receive updates. That's huge. I think a lot of people, when they buy a piece of gear that's that expensive, they want it to be supported for a good long time and remain available at a reduced price. So that's cool as well. For folks that just want to try out a Helix, see if it's for them, if they like it, before they invest in the Stadium. New proxy amp, cab, and effects cloud-based cloning engine lets you profile your own gear. You're able to take your sounds with you, so that way if you wanted to record your amp at home and capture that sound, take it with you on the road and not have to carry around all that gear, that's always a win. Pricing and availability. Stadium floor MSRP will be $17.99 and the XL floor will be $21.99. So the one thing to note is I believe the Stadium floor does not come with the scribble strips or the expression pedal. I believe that is only sold with the XL floor unit for $21.99. Now that might not be a huge issue anymore. Hopefully they'll have something inside of the 8-inch LCD touchscreen where you can see the pedals turning on and off, and maybe give you that layout like other modelers do. I'm excited to see this next iteration where it goes. I can't wait to get my hands on one to actually play through it, because I would like to see all the new features. And I'm really interested in the touchscreen LCD and how that workflow is going to work. Super excited about that. So in the next news segment, we're going to be talking about the lawsuit between Klon LCC and Behringer. So Bill Finnegan filed a lawsuit against Behringer's parent company over their $69 Centaur overdrive. And I went back out there, and if you look at this picture right now of the pedal itself, I mean, come on. Talking about flying too close to the sun. If you look at it, it looks almost identical to the Klon Centaur. They took the format, they took the logo, they took the name. I love Behringer stuff. I think they have a lot of good sounding pedals. I think it's a bit too far to go when you copy almost every aspect of the pedal. But it sounds like these two companies have started working it out and how they're going to move forward. In July, Behringer renamed and redesigned the pedal, calling it the Centaur Overdrive. They have updated the artwork and added the Behringer logo and slightly tweaked the design a little bit. So if you look at, this is the before and this is the after. I think you're a little bit more in line with all the boutique pedals out there. The new Centaur is following suit. they are no longer using the exact logo or the naming convention. Especially with such an iconic pedal that's so well known. I really don't know what they were thinking there, but I'm glad to see that they are changing the naming convention and going in the right direction. So in our next music news, Oasis Reunite. Noel and Liam Gallagher reunite on stage for the first time in 16 years. So that's pretty cool that they're actually getting back together to hopefully create some music, or at least put on a show, and maybe with the opportunity to create music in the future. That'd be nice to see. Black Sabbath and Ozzy's final gig. Black Sabbath had their final gig called Back to the Beginning, featuring tributes from Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Slayer, Tool, Alice in Chains, and more. That is a crazy lineup. And it's very cool to see Black Sabbath get the credit that they are due, because, like I said, I think they have influenced so many of the rock and roll and heavy metal acts. Well, everybody, that's our news for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help out a small channel like mine to grow. Hit the bell notification below to be notified anytime we put up a new video. And as always, I hope you all have an amazing day. Peace.